So hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Matthew John is here with yet another video, and in today's video we are still focusing on our new segment that's about the Dv2020 interview successful experience. Those people who have already taken the DV interviews and they have succeeded, some people are going down there sharing their experience. I'm here to let you know, share something that you may expect, the questions that you may expect once you attend the interview. So on my first episode I shared a case that involved a family of 3, and the second episode it involved a case of a person, or for a case that was for a single mother, and now our third case is for a single case. And for this case is quite unique. I say it's unique because there are different questions and also some different documents were requested. So on this case it's quite unique, and again, for the first episode and the second episode they were all cases from Africa region, a country known as Kenya, but for this case it's for a case scheduled in the region of Asia region, in a country known as UAE, that is the United Arab Emirates, or to be specific it was scheduled in Dubai. So this will be the first case that I'm sharing interview experience, that the case was requested for the public charge form, the DS5540. The first 2 episodes they were requested for the affidavit of support, but for this episode 3 the case was requested for public charge form. This is out of your request from the comment section on my previous videos. So the more you request, the more I share more and more interview experience. So if you have a request, go on the comment section, make sure to drop your request there, then I'll be looking around there and I can tell, or I will decide the next video. So welcome, and as usual, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and always guys, remember to smash that like button. And with that being said, let's start our video right away. So welcome back and straight to the point, but before we go to the point, I would like maybe to have a little of advice to you guys. Once you receive the second newsletter, that is the interview appointment letter, please take your time. Maybe I will advise you, because the second newsletter has all the information about the embassy that you are to attend the interview. Use that information. There is the contact there, the email address. Please contact the embassy where you expect to take the interview. Ask them to specify the documents that you should carry. This is because some embassies do request for the public charge form, and some you might find they're asking for the affidavit of support. So before you attend the interview itself, maybe it's good, I find it necessary for you to be aware of the specific document you should have. But all you know, having both of them will be more better, because in either case, whichever document they ask for, you just put it up for them. So before you attend the interview, please make sure you have all the necessary documents. So let's go straight to the point. So successful Dv2020 interview by single case in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. Specific, it was in Dubai. Okay, single case interview held on early March 2020. This will also be my first known case to be asked for the DS5540 form, that is the public charge form. So the story begins. I arrived at the embassy at 7:40 a.m. First security check where they requested for the second newsletter. Then I proceeded to the second security checkup where I removed my watch and belt. Then I went to the next step where there was first reception. He asked for my passport, screened, and allowed me to proceed to the next step where I got the third security checkup, and I got the token and was requested to sit and wait. I waited for 5 minutes and I was called in counter 8 where I gave out my documents. And always guys, you have to remember that you have to carry the original documents plus some copies, maybe 2 copies or 1. It will be okay if you have some copies for them. So it's original and copies. So the first document for this case was the birth certificate. The second one was the police clearance certificate. The third one was the high school certificate. The fourth one was the university certificate. Fifth was the 2 passport photo size. And the 6th is the key point. DS5540. This is the public charge form. So those were the documents requested for this case. It was held in Asia and a country known as Dubai. Okay, I was requested to go to the cashier and pay. After paying, I went to the counter 10 for fingerprints and sat down for 10 minutes. I was called to counter number 8 for interview. So after you submit your documents, you are always given an invoice to make the necessary payments. Always, or most of the time, it's around, okay, for the Dv2020s, I'm pretty sure it was around $330 per head. So if you are one person at the interview, you have to pay $330. If you are a family of like 2-3, different price, 330 for each. So after 10 minutes, I was called to counter 8 for interview. So the real questions, the exact questions are here. The CEO is the white lady. So good morning. Good morning, madam. How are you? The CEO, I'm good. Do you swear so and so? She has to read all the information there. Then for you, I swear. That's enough. The CEO goes ahead. How many years have you worked in Dubai? Then you have to respond. Whether it's 1 year, 2 years, you know that better. The second question, which position? You have to well know the position. And this applies to what you filled on the DS260. That is very important. The information you are being asked here, the consular officer is already aware of what you wrote on your DS260 and he's just here to confirm. So, which position? Straight to the point, you have just to do so. The CEO goes ahead. Which degree do you have? Straight to the point. Bachelor's in so and so. Do it as it is, as the way you filled on the DS260. The CEO continues. What will you be doing in the US? This is quite a kind of confusing because you're not sure even what you're going to do. But remember, on the DS260, there was that question asking about what do you intend to do in the US? Just the same. Go ahead and drop that in that point. Okay, the next question. Do you have a bank statement? Now this, I believe it came down due to the public charge form, because the public charge form has a section where they ask if you have some money in the bank, if you have some, the public charge form has a lot of, factors. It's not a one factor document, several. They try to check on several factors and the bank statement is one of it. So for her, the question was, do you have a bank statement? Of course she submitted. When will you start paying health insurance and from which company? Again, on the DS5540, the public charge form, there's a question about insurance. If you are ready to take insurance cover in the first 30 days once you arrive in the United States. So on that public charge form, that's where the questions are coming from about the bank statement and the insurance. So straight to the point, whatever you fill on the public charge form, you have to answer it correctly. The next question from the CEO, do you have DS5540? That is a public charge form. Of course she had. And then she went ahead, straight to the point, that was done. She went ahead to ask the information about the host. The first question, who is so-and-so, the name, the host name. Who is this to you? How are you related? You just have to go straight to the point, answer that. The consular officer continues. Which state are you? Okay, which state will you be staying? Of course, it's straight to the point. Your host state will be your intended state to stay, maybe for a period of time, but that will be your intended place to stay. So the next one is about which work is he doing. You need to have some information about your host. You have just straight to the point. The other question will be, does she have any children? It's yes or no. When did you last meet? Maybe a year or two, or maybe months. You know that better. What is your relationship with the host? Maybe he's a friend, he's a relative, he's your brother, he's something like that. The other question was, and that was done. After she did that, then the consular officer, you are so courageous. Then she was there smiling. The CEO just said, congratulations, it's done. Then gave me a piece of paper and asked me if I had registered with Emirates Post. Told me they will send an email once they send the passport to the nearest email, Emirates Post. Thank you For her, she just said thank you. I went outside running. This is very simple. The question are kinda similar, but for this case it was quite different because of the public charge form. I'll be sharing maybe 1 or 2 more about the, if I get a case that was requested for the DS5540, so that, you know, we can compare some questions here and there. But so far you guys can see the questions are of more similar to the others. So the first, that's up. I don't want to talk more about it. That is just how the interview went down there, and it was a successful case. And you have to pay the USIS fee. It's around $220 US. Yeah, and you wait up maybe a period of like less than a week or less than 2 weeks, you will receive your passport with the stamp. So that's it. That was an interview held in Asia, in Dubai, and it was held early March this year. This is 2020. So if you have a question concerning this case, drop it on the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you out. The next case I'll be sharing of, I have found some requests talking about do a case about single case. I'll be doing my case, my personal case. I'll be sharing my experience, what I went through back there in my home country, that is in Kenya, the questions, and mine was actually also quite unique. Not unique, but it had a lot of questions. And yeah, next video will be talking about that, so stay tuned. You can drop your request on the comment section. Then once I get some more time, I'll be addressing you with more and more videos. So thank you for watching this video. Share with your friends, and always remember to subscribe, and always hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. So that's all for this video. See you in our next video.